In the tiki room, in the tiki.
I think it's you. There he is.
All the birds sing words and the flowers croon.
In the tiki room. Let me turn the volume up. Hit me with
Where,
that.
where are we, Mark? This is like,
We're in
how about,
the
how about where I'm supposed to be?
we're in the living
I
room
definitely
tonight.
didn't park my car here.
Dude, where's my car? So
What's
yeah,
going on, dude?
nothing. So Linda is out checking out a regional version of Into the Woods tonight, and Bella's
Mm.
upstairs in the room. So I'm on daddy duty. I need to be within earshot if something's going on, so I can't be in the Tiki Room studio. It's dad mode tonight, man. You know how it is.
Hey, what's up, Nesta? How are you, Jack? Hey, let me know. Did you get your Revenge of the Fifth on today?
I got my Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness on today, my friend.
Mm.
I saw
I
the
don't know such Mr. Strange you're talking about. That's completely foreign.
3 o'clock show. Here's my spoiler-free review. I never want to spoil anything. I'm not going to be that guy that's going to tell people what happens. If you're a fan of Sam Raimi and you like the Evil Dead franchise, he's the director of the Evil Dead franchise. I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised by the film. As the director, he pulls a lot of stuff that obviously it's kind of like Sam Raimi wants to remind us that he's Sam Raimi. There's a horror component to it. I do want to caution you, if you're thinking of bringing your littles, think again. It is PG-13. There are some real graphic, like horror moments in the movie itself. A little bit out of place, in my opinion, for a Marvel movie. But I would just be really careful if you've got some younger kids, like 9, 8, and 7. It might be a little too intense for them. You might be on nightmare duty for about a week and a half. It,
So that's a great, honestly, when it comes to those kind of movies, those kind of things are really important. And there are many times where, I'm now that adult where if I have not seen a film, I will go online and look at one of those things to look at language or
mm-hmm.
as concerned about some of the scene things. But, that's a good heads up. And everyone's making fun of me because I always call him Mr. Strange because it came from Alive where I did some research to learn more about Doctor Strange. And I was like, he gets into an accident and you guys call him Strange. And I'm the jerk. I don't think I say nay. All right. So hang on real quick because some other people had asked me for this and I feel I can ratchet through this less than probably a minute and a half. Uh, People wanted to see merch from yesterday's May the 4th. So we're going to do it really quick. What am I sipping out of? This is the Black Spire Outpost Black Spire Day is what they call the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful event that is May the 4th. Also got a wishable. There are several. There's R5P8. There's a Porg. There's Hondo. There is the Falcon, I felt, and of course your boy, 1 for 1 again, just crushing it. I've been really, really on point with wishables. I actually didn't pick up one yesterday for the girls because they wanted the Miss Piggy. However, I was not feeling like I could really get one late in the day. I was very tired, so I was not feeling confident. But Hondo, May the 4th, they still had these late into the day yesterday.
Yeah.
3,600 on the limited M band has all the bounty hunters on it. Also, this was up on YouTube. We did a live there. If you really want to see the lightsabers at the end of the night,
Yeah.
that was probably the coolest moment is walking around with a lightsaber. Also, hats, gorgeous hat.
Chef's kiss.
I do like the hat. The shirt, though, to me, is fire. They're inside of the Bespin Carbonite room, which is awesome. Because none of them were in there except for Boba Fett. You liked this shirt, this Black Spire Day one.
Yeah, that's cool with the various insignias on the back, all the different icons of the park.
Yeah,
Or
Droid
of
Depot,
Galaxy's Edge. Yeah.
Bantha, Oga's. I think that's Savi's. Toydarian Toy Shop, Ronto Roasters. Which did you ever know they actually have this logo on the outside, but almost nobody looks specifically where it's at. And then Doc Ondar's. And then pins really, really quick. May the 4th Grogu. May the 4th IG Boba. You might. I think
Yes,
I just
babe.
heard
something. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay. Cantina, DJ Rex, Droid Depot, R2 Astromech, and Ronto Roasters, that 8D8 droid. So, Mark, everything okay?
Everything is good.
All right, ready? Mark, real quick. I'm gonna do a giveaway tonight.
What?
And the giveaway is you. Not a gift, but you. So what do you want, dude? Hat or which one of these marvelous pins? You can hit me up later, but you can have any of these pins, even the open ones.
Dude, let's give away.
What? I lost his audio. Did anybody lose his audio? Can't hear you.
I had a phone call. Call that came in.
No problem. This is for you, dude. Dog, this ain't for the audience. I'm already taking care of the audience. I already got them. I got them covered. This is for you, dude. What do you want? Which pin or hats? Or pin and hat, whatever you want.
Well, dude. You know me. I'm a hat I'm a hat freak. So I don't really. Do you mind? There
it is. You'll be wearing this. You'll be rad hattering it up shortly. I'll get that in the mail to you. No worries. Got you covered, brother.
Dude, that's amazing, man. Well, I'm coming down on. Are you going to parks at all this weekend?
Not on
the
weekend. No, I'm not going to be there on the weekends. But I got you covered, dude.
There he is. James called me on the phone. He just said I wasn't thinking. I called John on the phone. He called me on the phone. He's been helping us with some of the audio issues. He was trying to give me some advice to help with the audio issues, but I told him that right now. Well, I said for the time being, this has been working for us. So
okay, sweet. All right. Well, I got the timer all set up. Why don't you give us our intro and do that thing that you do so well?
I gotta hold on, so it's buttery smooth. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Aloha, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tiki Room Radio. My name is Marc Valentine, and I'd like to welcome you to our tropical hideaway. I am joined by the one and only Walrus Carp here in the Tiki Room studio for our Disney debate show. Kirk, how are you today, my friend?
Dude, I can't be any better. It is Revenge of the 5th, and tomorrow is Revenge of the 6th, because remember, there must always be 2 and only 2.
Always 2. There are a master and an apprentice. You are clearly the master in all of this. I am just your humble apprentice. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here on TikTok on our live stream every Thursday. We do Tiki Room Radio Live. It is our Disney debate show. This incredible Discord community will give us topics every single week. Kirk and I have never seen the topics until about 10 to 15 minutes prior to going on air. In tonight's episode, we are going to be debating Disney dining, and all of these topics came from you, the community over on Discord. If you want to be a member of that community, Kirk, tell them where they can find that Discord invite link.
Well, if you're here on TikTok, the easiest way is the link in the bio on Walrus Carp. Or if you're listening to this via audio land, please head over to walruscarp.com/links. It'll be your second button. You don't have to sign up or anything crazy. Just click a button. You're in. Start chatting.
So the Discord community has spoken. They wanted dining. So tonight we have 5 separate topics. If you're new to Tiki Room Radio, the first things first, make sure you're following this guy over here at Walrus Carp. If you want to, it's always welcome. Never expected to follow me at DisLife Marc on TikTok. But
please,
of course,
no, it's a falsehood. Falsehood. Give this guy the accolades that he needs and get on over there and follow him there. And brightly, maybe jump over to that YouTube. How do they find you on YouTube, Mark?
YouTube.com/DisLife Podcast over on YouTube. More than welcome. But I will say I have been enjoying this TikTok thing very much so. But on Monday we have a live show at 7:30 where we do the Disney news powered by our good friends over at Chip and Company. And then I join Chip and Company every week for their podcast where we do the news and review. So we're living our best Disney lives, my friend.
You, my friends, are moving on up. And
Piano Rob,
hear you on from the base of the mountain as you ascend to the peaks and new heights. Eventually, I won't be able to see you, dude, but just know that my voice is still cheering you on. Yes, Piano Rob is in here having a good time. So here we go.
All right, so here are the rules for Tiki Room Radio if you don't know already. We have 5 debate topics that have been chosen by you, the Discord community. We play the best of 5. We're going to flip a coin in a minute. Whoever wins that coin flip gets the choice of what topic they want to pick. The way that Tiki Room Radio works is one person gets topic A. Regardless, the other person has to debate the converse regardless of what they believe. We ask our audience to please choose the best debate. Don't choose the topic that they like more. Choose the best debate. And we try to base the scoring on the merits of the debate of itself. If you're keeping tally, it is 2-2. Kirk has won 2 of these episodes. I have won 2. And then we actually tied in last week's episode, which was mathematically incredible. We took it to the limit and then we tied and we called it a draw. So let's see if someone can get the leverage and get ahead in this episode. Kirk has the timer. We provide 1 minute for each original argument, and then there's a 30-second rebuttal round, and then we go right to voting. So here we go. Let's get right into this with topic number 1. The Discord community wants to know, Kirk, our best, or what is the best restaurant with fireworks? It's going to be Topolino's versus California Grill. All right, and I forgot the Spira downstairs, so we're going to flip a tin of fruity-scented lip balm. Heads will be the Kiwi side, and the tails will be the UPC. I'm going to call it in the air. You've called it the last 2 weeks. I'm going Kiwis.
A smart move.
Kiwis it is.
That was how does Kiwi? I don't know how you rhyme it, but Kiwi never fails, just like tail.
Kiwi never fails. All right, so I will be taking.
Thank you, Lisette, for joining.
I'm going to be taking California Grill.
An obvious choice to try to take that early lead. Don't blame you. You got 1 minute on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
All right, so I'm taking California Grill, not because I think it's the easier the argument. I truly believe that it is the better of these 2 locations. California Grill offers one of the best views of all of the parks that you can get a view of Tomorrowland. You can get the castle. It's one of the best and most beautiful vistas in all of Disney World. It's a signature dining location that offers some of the finest food that you can get on property. Not only the sushi, but you can get the pizzas that are made to order. We've had the goat cheese ravioli as an appetizer. The steak there was absolutely one of the best steaks that I've ever had on property, and I didn't realize that the steak was going to be that good. Plus, you get the bar. Here's the greatest thing about eating there. You don't have to be there during the dinner hour to enjoy fireworks. You can have a dinner there at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, save your receipt, and then enjoy fireworks on the tail end and get one of the best shows while the music is being pumped in from Disney's Enchantment. It is absolutely magical. Hey, Gothic.
Hey, what's up, Ellie? Yes. Okay. All right. Here I'm going over to Topolino's in the Riviera if you're not familiar. Just giving location, not giving opinion. 3, 2, 1. Here's my opinion. Topolino's has the best steak on property. And I know we're talking about fireworks, but food is very important. And this one's actually wood-fired. It's exceptional. Mel and I went during Valentine's Day, very romantic, and it has a lovely, lovely little piazza almost style overlook to be able to see the most gorgeous, gorgeous girl of all park icons, Spaceship Earth, lit up at night. And then, of course, you get the wonderful best fireworks show on property. Sure, Enchantment has some good music, but everyone here loves Happily Ever After more than Enchantment. So, but what's the best fireworks show and nighttime show? It's always Harmonious. Hmm, how many people show up to my Enchantment Lives versus how many people show up to Harmonious? You get to see Harmonious above the clouds over at Topolino's. It's amazing, it's gorgeous, and easily some of the best food on property. I think the best food on property, honestly. You got to pay, though.
All right, tell me what I've got my 30 seconds. I'm ready for my 30-second rebuttal
30
slash add-on.
on the clock. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I think it really is a push when it comes to comparing food at these two places. They're both two of the best dining experiences you can get. So I don't think anyone's going to win that argument here. So we're basing this on the view. Again, they both have really wonderful views. So if you can't make a decision based on those two arguments and it's a push, I'm going to make this third argument that's hopefully going to make the case for my location being better. It is right there and a close walk over to Park. You cannot get a close walk over to Epcot from that location. I could walk right to Magic Kingdom and get rides in after.
2, 1. Walk over to the park. I guess that's a better place to actually see the fireworks than over at Cali Grill. So yeah, leave and go and actually watch it on Main Street and in front of the castle, which is the right place in terms of seeing Enchantment, because you're not going to see those projections, but you are going to see those beautiful high-end fireworks from a distance, which, you know, you're going to want to have a little cocktail. You don't want screaming kids all over you. Topolino's is the place to be.
I don't know, man. There's no screaming kids at Cali Grill. Okay, let's put it to the vote. We're going to hit this interact button. If you believe that California Grill is the better of the two locations for fireworks dining, you're going to leave us a smile in the poll. If you believe that Topolino's Terrace is in fact the best fireworks dining, then a sad face will do. Again, for those people who are listening on the audio only feed, you can be a part of this voting every single Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. We are debating Disney topics as part of Tiki Room Radio. Not only is our audience creating the topics and the debate, they're scoring the debate itself. The voting is happening right now. Kirk has his eyes closed. They're voting on smiles for California Grill, sad faces for Topolino's Terrace. I'm judging by your face that it's close. Right now,
I was biting my nails, Mark, because
it's tight.
It is very tight.
And it is 4-0 over here. 4-0 for Topolino's. Or 4-0 for Cali Grill. I'm sorry. 4-0 for Cali Grill.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
It's close. And?
Okay, Mark takes that one down. It was 19-17, but there was a period where solid 6 up on you, and I was shocked because we were dead even. I went 6 up, and then boom, flip-flopped right at the end. Can I give a quick opinion?
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Cali Grill all the way. Are you kidding me? First of all,
yeah.
it's on top of the fireworks, and you can actually really do make out some of the projections. And you're right. Here's the hack, right? You want to go to Cali Grill, but you don't want to go with your kids. You don't want to get dressed up. You don't want to do any of that stuff. Go, just have one of the adults go up there and have a cocktail at the bar, then come immediately down, save that receipt, and bring everybody on up. You're going to spend $17 to go see the fireworks up at Cali Grill. And if you don't too much effort, there is on the 4th floor a viewing deck to watch fireworks, which a very frugal man myself who didn't want to pay the $220 to go see the Christmas event at Magic Kingdom, I got to watch the Mickey and Minnie Christmas fireworks over there at the Contemporary. It was a very smart way to cheat my way into the fireworks.
So Gothic says she sadly hasn't been to either. Now you have a hack to get you in to that fireworks over at the California Grill. Again, just go and get a drink at the bar, save that receipt, and then go back later on. There's the 4th floor observation deck, or if you want to get a little higher and a little bit more elevated, you can walk up the stairwell and watch from one of those stairwell platforms, which is my personal favorite. And you can actually go all the way to the top, which is on the other side of where the California Grill is. You can go all the way up to the other side, still technically be on the roof. You just have to look across. You see the railing. It's still a pretty tremendous view.
Gray hacks with Uncle Mark. I'm not looking. But he's not wrong. he's obviously not wrong. And a couple of people are talking in here about cheaper than buying a dessert party, which is true. Although the dessert party if this is important to you, and you're going as like a couple, like Mel and I would enjoy this to do a dessert party in Tomorrowland Terrace, is because beer, wine, and champagne is included, or sparkling wine. It won't be champagne, but
I have a dessert party for World of Color on May 29th. That we have a dessert Bon Voyage dessert party at the end of our Disneyland trip. I'm so excited. So this weekend, I have the trip for Guardians of the Galaxy on Sunday, and then 2 weeks after that, I'm going to Disneyland for the first time.
You are living. Who are you? You're a man about town. You get to go to every land, world. Nothing.
It's gonna be May.
Nothing to stop you now. I'll tell you.
All right. Nope. I'm up 1-0. Let's keep it moving with our second topic. You get to choose first for this one. Right. So it's ironic. You just said this a minute ago. Let's see if you go back to that. This is an open-ended. You can choose best steakhouse on property. It's very open-ended. The entire property is open to you. But once you choose it, obviously I cannot choose the same one. I have to choose something different. So you get your pick of the litter, the best steak/steakhouse on Disney property.
All right. I'm ready.
Go ahead, man.
3, 2. I'm going to take Le Cellier, because what is better than sitting in a adorable Canadian wine cellar, which Le Cellier is French for the cellar, and have the most iconic steak ever imaginable, which is that delicious La Petite Filet. Comes with that amazing mushroom risotto. And then, of course, you're going to start that with that delicious cheddar soup. But my pro tip is, if you really want to enjoy something that balances the flavors a little bit, add that signature poutine with the red wine reduction. That's going to take your red wine selection, which I always suggest red wine with your meat there, and they have a wide variety of pairing options for red wine, depending on if you like sweet, you like mid, or you like dry. But that steak is melt in your mouth butter, and you ain't gonna get that steak at a booth, baby. You need to get it to temperature. Get it prepped when you want at Le Cellier.
Okay. Give me my 1 minute and tell me when to go.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I'm going to give you the best steakhouse, but I'm also going to do another favor for you. I'm going to give you a gigantic break on your wallet. That's because instead of going to Le Cellier, where it's going to be very expensive, I'm going to send you over to Ale and Compass, and you're going to get one of the best meals, not just best steakhouses, but the best meals that you've ever had. They have a New York strip, which sounds like it would be tougher than that little petite filet, but it melts in your mouth, and it is absolutely delicious with garlic butter. They have a bread service over there that puts anything that Le Cellier is doing to shame. And then if you have someone that's not a carnivorous in your party, well, don't worry. They have a pasta dish served with either chicken or shrimp, like it's a farfalle pasta in a cream sauce. That is probably one of my favorite entrees that I can get on all the property. Add the buffalo chicken cauliflower. That is buffalo cauliflower that is served as an appetizer. Soup, salad. The place is great. And it's like Wolf of Wall Street. The sides, Jordy. The sides. How much the sides were. And they're inexpensive.
Did they cure cancer, though?
But the sides, did they cure cancer, Jordy? yeah, actually, they did. They cured cancer.
Why they cost so much. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You notice how he had to talk about the sides? We're talking about farfalle pasta. I thought this was a steak thing. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like Ale and Compass, but I usually go there for breakfast, and the bread service is fantastic. I don't go there for steak, honestly. And it's called Ale and Compass. You're better off drinking good beer and taking that little compass and finding your way and navigating yourself to the delicious land of Canada with beer and steak at Le Cellier.
All right. I just love it. I absolutely love it. All right, just give me my 30 seconds and let me go.
All right, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
Again, not only do we have an outstanding steak at El Encompass, it is one of the most well-rounded menus of any restaurant on property. You cannot go wrong. The pasta dish, the seafood pot pie, the steak, the appetizers, the cost that you're going to get. I'm telling you again, you're going to be so surprised thinking that you're paying these steakhouse prices and the dinner is going to be so affordable. Trust me, your wallet will thank me, but your stomach will really thank me if you go to El Encompass. Best restaurant on property. That's all I'm saying.
Over. Boo. I'm going to start razzing you every time you go over because that's appropriate. I won't say anything about your argument, but I will boo you.
Okay, let's
Boo the man.
Let's interact. Right, this time around, smiles for Le Cellier, sad face for Ale and Compass. Smiles for Le Cellier, sad face for Ale and Compass. Here's the one thing I will say about both of these locations. You definitely have the name recognition in Le Cellier. I did not realize how many people do not know about Ale and Compass. Like, it's become one of those places that I'm super passionate about because there's a lot of people that don't go to it.
Well, don't you think just like in general, there are a lot of restaurants that are completely underserved? There's a lot that come to mind that probably will show up later on throughout our conversation, so I don't want to bring them up. But that's what's so beautiful. And I think about, listen, I know the cost of Disney, and I know it is challenging to get there repeated. But if you can and you want to, you will never get bored because there's always something either magical to view, ride, or certainly eat.
Yeah. All right, my poll just ended. 4-0 for Ale and Compass on this side of things.
Okay.
I'm surprised.
Right. Timeout. This is clearly the vote for Marc side of the club. So I'm just going to give you 4 every single time because that's where it's headed. But luckily, the people who are level-headed showed up 24-11. So your 4 could not take me down.
Listen, my 4, we're small but mighty over on this side.
I feel like there's a hanging Chad here in this voting.
Thank you to my loyal crew over here. You 4, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the 4 votes. We didn't quite turn out in force this time, but that's okay. I do like Le Cellier. I do like the filet over there. That risotto, that mushroom bit, the specialty poutine there is like worth getting out of bed for. Not the regular poutine, the specialty, the red wine reduction poutine.
Yeah. So that
chef's kiss.
Exclusive. You had to be an annual pass holder to get that, and it wasn't even on the menu. It was a secret menu item, but is now been entered into the all day everyday menu, and it is the best poutine on property. I do like refreshment, and I do like that they change it up. It is better than daily poutine over in Disney Springs, but that signature poutine is the best poutine on property, particularly because of that red wine reduction sauce. It is so savory, umami, and has the perfect level of salt and depth that you're looking for with the crunch of those delicious fries, and just it pops with that just gravy just brings it to a whole nother level. Oh, I want poutine right now. Good.
All right.
Goodness.
I've got a
yes, you do need Ralph asked the question. This is just an overall yes, dining reservations in Epcot, but don't stress 60 days in advance. But let's say you don't get them 60 days in advance. Here's your hack. You're going to want to look the night before from 7 o'clock all the way to midnight. And then whenever you wake up, if you're like me, you wake up super early, 5, 6, 7 a.m. are good times day of to even pick up reservations. And of course, you can use various websites that will be alerts for ADR openings. But yes.
Thank you, Lana, for the May. I appreciate that. All right, we've got a comical one. The rubber match is a comical one. We've been debating the best, but we're gonna take a turn for the worst right now. And the next topic is called the worst in Epcot's World Showcase. So you have the worst in Epcot's World Showcase. You have to choose the worst in Epcot's World Showcase. Okay.
I'm glad you're first on this one because I need a moment to just even think of what I would. Because you know what? That's one thing is Epcot has a lot of really great food.
Epcot
Really
has a
great.
lot of great food. So the challenge with this one is not choosing the best. It's trying to find an argument to say which one is not quite meeting the bar. And you and I, we always look for silver linings. There's not a lot of places that I would say qualify as the worst. So we're going to have to be really
Okay.
creative with this argument right now to convince
Yeah.
people or at least sell them on the idea that we don't like this place.
Yep.
Tell me whenever you're ready. I think I'm set.
Because you're going first, right?
I'm going to go first on this one. It's my turn to
Yep.
take the
Okay.
pole position.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
I know that this is going to be a controversial answer because a lot of people go to this place because it serves as comfort food, but my pick is the worst is going to be Nine Dragons. I do think that the food at Nine Dragons is very good, and I want to be really clear about that. But here's the thing. I can get that same quality level of Chinese food here in the Northeast by going to a lot of various places. And let's face it, we all have that one spot in our hometown that serves wonderful Oriental cuisine. This place does not do anything remarkable. It has decent food. It has the level of food that you would expect coming from Disney, but it's not somewhere that you're going to write home for and you're going to say, I went to Nine Dragons and it was one of the most life changing experiences of Chinese food and Chinese cuisine that I've ever had. It's good, it's serviceable, it's solid, and it's reliable. But it is definitely never mentioned in one of the best of Epcot. And when other things are so remarkable and so great, it has to, by virtue, then be one of the worst, if not the worst. I came in under time. I did better.
I cannot boo you. All right. One,
Joking
3,
now.
2, 1. I'm going to say a place that is only good if you enjoy liquids and you're an adult, and that's Rose and Crown. Rose and Crown is the most overrated restaurant, and it's only because people like drinking there, and they've only been there on the last stop of their Drink Around the World tour. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's one of those places where the food is very unremarkable. The fish and chips, I'm sorry, is a greasy mess. There is nothing really that is that interesting in the menu. And there's a reason why most people don't enjoy British food because it's bland, it's uninteresting, and it doesn't really pop. Uh, Nine Dragons, on the other hand, comes with those Szechuan chili dumplings. Ooh, girl, what is up? Give me them all day. And them spring rolls, sure. But getting the honey crispy chicken, that is a rookie move if you're going to Nine Dragons.
All right, give me my 30 seconds.
This is so ridiculous.
It's so good.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
I might be one of the only people on this earth that love Rose and Crown for the food. There's something that I can't really get a decent portion of here in the Northeast. It's something that I have to go to New York City to get, and that would be really good fish and chips. I can get great Chinese food in any single town here in the nation. There's always somewhere that has really authentic and really great Chinese food. Disney doesn't even match that, in my opinion. It's decent, but it's not something that I can't get local. So why am I going to get it at Disney and it's overpriced?
Boo! Boo! Sorry, went over.
Unicorn says fish and chips are hard to get in the U.S. for real. That was her good comment, and I support her. Lana, I agree. Boston has the best fish and chips, 1,000%. All right, man, you have 30 seconds. Go ahead.
3, 2, 1. I love fish and chips. When I was by the Tower Bridge in London, I had the best fish and chips wrapped up in a newspaper. It was gorgeous. Give me that malt vinegar all day. I am not saying fish and chips is bad. What I'm saying is what they serve at Rose and Crown is grease and grease. And if I wanted grease, I'm going to ask John Travolta to sing me a little tune. I'm not going to get fish and chips. But Nine Dragons, though, that food actually is authentic and true to style.
So what you're saying is grease is the word that you've heard. It's got move. It's got meaning.
Can we, during this poll, can we get a little? I know you got one good tune.
I got a little. All right, let me hit the poll first. All right, again, if we are voting for worst, so your vote is for worst. So if you think that Nine Dragons is the worst, smile. If you think Rose and Crown is the worst, sad face. Again, if you think Nine Dragons is the worst, smile. Rose and Crown, sad face. All right, so let's do. Should we do Grease?
Yeah, yeah. What Grease? I mean, whatever Grease song you want, man. Go Grease
We'll do a
Lightning.
little. Do a little.
I think,
Summer
dude, there's
loving had me a blast. Summer loving. I forgot the lyrics. I didn't even know the
been
lyrics.
so fast.
Happened so fast. Met a girl crazy for me. You gotta do
Met
that.
a boy, cute as can be.
Summer days drifting away, but
But
summer nights.
that's
Huh. Tell me more, tell me more. Thank you, Stephanie, for the microphone. Grease is not. Here's another little hot take for you.
yeah.
Staged version of Grease is probably my least favorite show that I have ever seen on Broadway.
Isn't
I
that
did
funny? That is like one of the few where the movie eclipsed the stage performance.
so much better.
It's kind of like those people that read the book before seeing movies almost always will revert to book. Theater usually always is better than the book. All right, so I lost handsomely. Smiles took it down 22-10 on Rose and Crown. People like Rose and Crown.
I wanna say that you actually won on my side. I think it was 3-1 before I started singing. So you did win here, but if it was a runaway, I got that round.
I will put this out there for
Hey,
Rose and
Michael.
Crown. And I do really think it's more of like a fun drinking environment. Great fireworks location, although you don't get to see the projection side of Harmonious.
Yeah.
The Welsh Dragon, which is a cocktail, it's very strange because it's a tropical rum-based cocktail, which is very nice and very islandy, which is weird because you're in Rosencrown. But the Bubble and Squeak, which is coal cannon mashed potatoes that are kind of pan fried like a latke would be. So imagine mashed potatoes with cabbage in it and then pan fried. So the outside's crispy, the inside is nice and soft and delicious. There's $6. Buy two of them. Make that your dinner. You will not be sorry.
A lot of Broadway discussion going on right now in the chat, and I am here for it. Rhonda said she agrees, except those magic changes is one of the best live performances I've ever seen. I happen to agree, and I forgot about that song. I should have did that one. Those magic changes, my heart arranges a melody. It's never the same a melody. It's calling your name and tells you, please come back to me. That one, that's a good one right there. Rhonda knows what's what. Magic changes is
beauty school dropout.
Yeah, so good. She said so good in that show. The background in the movie. Thank you so much. I'm getting
is gold. You're getting wow. He can sing. First of all, if you have never met the one, the only DisLife Marc, oh yes, he has pipes. The guy didn't make it onto states not once, not twice, but 3 times a lady.
Good stuff, man. All right, so I'm back up 2-1. We're far from over. These always go down to the wire. The next topic is, and you get to pick first, Ohana versus Sebastian's Bistro. And I know that you are loving this category. This is in your wheelhouse, man, and you are picking first.
I'm so stressed because I know what my heart wants to pick, but I don't know if I have the strength to do
it. Listen, I'm going to tell you, your heart will go on. I would go with your heart. Always go with your heart on it.
I have to do it because I'm behind, and it makes me disgusted. But on Revenge of the Sith, you do what the dark side requests. Do it. Do it.
You are up.
2-1. When you're here, you're family. Because guess what? Ohana actually means family. Ohana has probably the best thing on any Disney menu, the noodles. The noodles are tremendous at Ohana. Not to mention chicken wings, ham. I personally think the pog juice. All you can drink pog juice. Are we kidding ourselves here? Oh, and by the way, it has the best view in a island theme location to view the fireworks. If you get one of those tableside right by the window with your family, Ohana is perfect. The other thing I always like to talk about when going to Ohana is the atmosphere. The music is your favorite Disney songs, but like island changed up. There you can actually find online the Little Mermaid Island-fied. It's really good.
All right.
Why are we talking about my middle name? I missed it. And you're I get it, Joanne. I feels you. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
You know, before this last trip that I took, I would have said 100% that Ohana, hands down, is one of the best meals on property. And then I went to and experienced Sebastian's Bistro, which was a cheaper cost and in some ways very much identical to the experience that you were going to get, but in a lot of ways better. You're getting, again, this pulled pork, all of the fixins, that chicken, that protein that's there, that chicken, which again just smacks of the taste of the islands, is absolutely fantastic. You're getting a salad that's dressed with a very sweet, wonderful vinaigrette. The bread service there is amazing. The dessert is pretty much identical to what you're going to get at Ohana at a fraction of the price. And again, it's all you care to enjoy. But the greatest thing that I love about Sebastian's is that coconut shrimp. That chef's kiss just takes the meal to the next level. And it is one of the low-key best meals you're going to get on property, and no one knows about it.
Boo! Boo!
All right, man. You're up for your rebuttal.
Can you do me a favor? Because I can't do this because I have a timer and you're using. So I'm going to make a call that you cannot pull up visuals in the future because I'm at a disadvantage.
Okay. Okay.
You to pull up the bread pudding for me.
Hold on.
Because you're going to do this to me. I'm going to need you to give me a visual.
What are you using? Stopwatch or timer?
I'm using stopwatch. Bread pudding. And I'll pull up. I have the stopwatch already done. Where are you doing that? What are you doing?
I've got your timer right here. You want 30 seconds?
Yeah, give me a second and let me do.
All right, you need 30 seconds, and you got your visual. I want to be fair. We're fair. We're always fair here.
Give me 1 second, because you were able to Google it. I was not able to Google. All right.
No, I pulled it. I did pull it up from my photo. Booth.
Ready.
Whatever. 3, 2, 1, and go.
Well, because we're using visuals, all I got to say is the Ohana bread pudding says it all. People come just to have this bread pudding. In fact, a cast member told me that there are some guests who ask for the bread pudding service first before they even get to the appetizers because they want to do it not once, but twice, which is actually a pretty cool hack and a good move. I've definitely stolen that. But if you notice this little pool of deliciousness, butter.
All right. Here we go. All right, let's go to vote. We got to go to interact. We'll pull up the poll. We're going to start a new poll. If you think that Ohana is the best option over Sebastian's, Ohana smile, Sebastian's sad face. Ohana smile, Sebastian's sad face. All right, as the dogs go crazy here, as people are coming into the house. My apologies. I know, and we've got to debate this too, because I know.
Well, you want to add
my dog is going insane right now.
Oh, it's all good. We all have family, you know.
All good. All right. 3 to 8, 3 smiles, 8 sadness right now.
So I gotta wait. We're still not done. We still have some. I started mine a little bit late.
Yep, ending in 876. 3 smiles, 8 sad. Yeah, we have some people said I can't vote on this one. Some people just don't want to do it. 8-4 was the final tally for Sebastian's.
26-4.
Yeah, Ohana is popular.
So all
Now
right.
tell us how you really feel.
Ohana's is way overpriced, and if you want the noodles, which is arguably the only real difference between the two, you can get them at Tambu Lounge. So that would have been like my dagger to the chest. But the truth is, I went with the popular one, knowing that nobody really goes to Sebastian's or knows that menu. But this is me, Kirk Lavecchia, Hack Snacks Fun Facts, Walrus Carp, go to Sebastian's. It's $20. It is Ohana, but it is better. The food, that steak is some of the best steak on property. With that, it's not a chimney, but it's got cilantro chutney. It is heaven, and the service there is, I think, better than Ale & Compasses, but very similar Parker style rolls, those pull apart rolls, and it comes with a guava butter and an onion marmalade.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to go to Ohana. I need to go to
Sebastian's.
I miss Sebastian. Oh, I need to go.
See how it's so like I know like we've had this conversation. I'm like he's picking Ohana, but Sebastian's it really is better.
Mm-hmm.
No one goes there because Rhonda asked where's Sebastian's, so it's at Coronado, or it's at the Caribbean. I almost said Coronado, my bad. It's at Caribbean, and because it's off the beaten path and it's at a resort that's really not close to a park, a lot of people do not go to it. I'm telling you, aside from the noodles, unless you're going to Ohana and you're like, I'm going to Ohana for the noodles, trust Kirk, trust me, go to Sebastian's. It's a better meal. It really is a better meal.
Ohana is overpriced because you have to pay for multiple people, right? So like that 20 extra bucks per person really hurts when you have to multiply it by 4 or 5 or however many are in your group.
Yep.
That's why I don't. And my kids, I cannot take. Thank you, Siobhan. You can learn a lot of things from the roses. I sadly I can't take my kids to an Ohana dinner because one, they're not great at all you care to enjoy because they're little and they don't eat anything. So like going there is a waste for them. Mel and I could go there and have a great time, but I'd rather take Mel to Sebastian's because the food is frankly better. And
it really is.
You need to figure out how to get there. Whenever you're at Epcot, whenever you're at Studios, you're only a Skyliner away. So you just have to take the Epcot one all the way over to the Caribbean Beach, or Hollywood, just one quick stop. Hollywood is like one quick stop and an 8-minute gorgeous walk too. Caribbean Beach is beautiful at night, especially. And they have these really, really pretty, fun murals and pictures with Sebastian in it. I was so happy when it came back because originally it was a fixed,
yeah,
not a fixed. It was what do you call it? Like not an a la carte, but everything was like entrees and apps. It was all separate. It was not all you care to enjoy. When it came back after COVID, this is like one of the good things that happened post COVID is Sebastian's became all you care to enjoy, and is the fantastic.
Picasso.
I do have a YouTube video on Walrus Carp's YouTube where I went to Sebastian's and was hanging out with Pocket Fam the entire time alone. And I probably had one of the best meals of my entire life there. I was like crying into my my Parker style rolls and guava butter.
All right, this is it, man. For all the marbles,
Where are we at?
Fifth. It's 2-2. This is it. This is the
fifth element. Here we go.
This is the fifth element. Yet again, we always go right to the limit. That's what I love about this show. It's very, it's evenly matched all the time. The last one, appropriate. I saved this for the last one because in many ways, the two that get the most attention at Disney, which are Cinderella's Royal Table and Be Our Guest. So I get to draw first on this, and I am going to take Be Our Guest. I won an uphill battle.
Shocker.
I won an uphill battle.
Really? For you?
Really? Because I would think that CRT is the favorite in this one. The audience.
But for you, I imagine you picking. I feel you can make it more compelling for Be Our Guest. You could definitely. All right, let's see.
I could do
2.
Whenever you think of a dream landscape and where do I want to eat, imagine dining in the magic of Beast's Castle. Not only do you get to eat in the ballroom, but the West Wing and the library. The ambiance is better than anything that you can get. I get it. Everyone's like, oh, I'm eating inside of the castle. But you don't see the castle, and the interior of that castle dining room is nowhere near as beautiful or as picturesque as what you're getting over at Be Our Guest. The filet mignon is outstanding. I really like, since they've gone to that prefix menu where you get the appetizer, the main course, and the dessert. I think you get a lot of value out of that because I know a lot of people will say the price point is a lot higher than when you could order a la carte. But the fact is you're getting a 3-course meal at a very nice price, and the quality of the food is outstanding. It's one of my favorite French onion soups on all the property. I always love the filet mignon. And the dessert where you get the gray stuff, try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. One of my absolute favorite desserts on all of property.
Boo.
I came under time.
No, you were, it might be delayed. So I got to I'll hold my booze. That's not fair. All right. 3, 2, 1. Listen, the first thing you said is, you can't see the castle. Bro, outside of Be Our Guest, I can't see the castle. You're technically eating in Beast Castle. Where's the castle, bro? I can't see it. I'm better off eating inside of Rapunzel's tower in the bathrooms because I can actually see that thing. But let's talk about the one, the only Cinderella's Royal Table. Hardest ADR to get. Do you think that's because it's terrible? Or can I get a Be Our Guest anytime because it's just expensive? It's expensive, and all it's doing is trying to prop up going to see the Beast. Guess where I can also see the Beast? Go over to see the show over at Hollywood Studios. He's amazing. But the food is exceptional. And if you get breakfast at Cinderella's Royal Table, you will get pre-park opening access to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, which means you won't wait with the poor and unfortunate souls like me in this poor provincial town. CRT all the way.
Okay. Listen, man, I can't even hate on the argument. It was good. That was a nice job. All right, I get 30 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
Where's one of the only places that you can see Beast on property? And I'm not talking about the show over at Hollywood Studios. I'm talking about a wave. I'm talking about a moment. I'm talking about sharing a genuine moment with the Beast in his ballroom. A tale as old as time can happen. You don't get any of the princesses anymore. Cinderella will saunter through, give you a little wave, and be on her merry way. The food at Be Our Guest is wonderful, but have a dining experience in the West Wing. Trust me, you either know or you don't. If you've eaten in the West Wing, it's one of the best places to be on property. Tale as old as time. Let's go,
Sorry,
baby.
You can't sing during this. That puts him at another level. All right, 3, 2, 1. Listen, now that all the meet and greets are coming back, Cinderella's Royal Table will come back to exactly what it was, which is meet every single princess possible in the shortest amount of time. You will sit, sure, you pay a little bit more, but so do you at Be Our Guest, but you're only seeing Belle and Beast. Here, you get to see Belle, Ariel, Aurora, Cinderella, Jasmine. It's amazing in the proximity, and you have girls who are wearing dresses. It's perfect photo ops.
Dude, as we vote, I have to mention this comment. Let's go to vote. Let's put the poll up.
Yep, I'm putting it up.
Let's put the poll up. Be Our Guest is smile. Cinderella Royal Table is sad face. Be Our Guest, you're voting for smile. Sad face for Cinderella's Royal Table. Rhonda says, I'm a little bit confused about the timeline of the restaurant. Are we eating there while Belle is being held captive?
Which has to be, because he's the Beast. Otherwise, it would just be, it's me, Beast. He doesn't even say his name in the show, which is ridiculous.
Well, separate topic. Thank God the socially distanced version of that show has gone. It was so awkward at the end as they're just outstretched arms looking at each other. At the end, it was no contact, no physical touch. It did not work. Work. All right, it's 7-4 smiles to sad face right now with 7 seconds to go. Be Our Guest is so close ahead on this side, but Cinderella Royal Table did really well. It was 7-4 on this side.
17-14 on your side, right? Because you were Be Our Guest with Smiles,
Yeah.
right? Yep.
Yeah.
So you took that one.
Be Our Guest. Wow.
Yeah.
I am surprised because when you look on socials, Be Our Guest is a love or hate. People really have gotten to like love or hate with that one. I was shocked. I thought that was the uphill battle.
I think CRT is awful to get into, and that's the biggest problem with it. Is that if you want to go see all the princesses, and you also have multiple opportunities with Princess CRT, the biggest thing about CRT is being able to enter Cinderella's castle and actually view Fantasyland from the top. But I couldn't even use that in myself because I don't think that's enough to put it over the edge for why. I think you need something that's like, oh, well, you'll save time. But even then, I've eaten at CRT twice now, and breakfast totally worth it. Dinner horribly not worth it. It was just, and it's really challenging. Be Our Guest. Here's one thing that you didn't mention that's happening that makes Be Our Guest incredible. The prefix is going away for some parts of the day. I don't know if breakfast and lunch are coming back as a la cartes and quick service, but they
Yeah.
were a lot more affordable. And really, what people want to do is our audio is getting wonky. Is your audio wonky? Am I weird on your end?
Your audio?
Yeah.
You're getting a little wonky. I'm still clear over here. What
Yeah.
are you getting? Some feedback
No,
on my side?
I can hear you aces. The audience is saying that it's a little weird. So what I'm going to suggest is everybody refresh. I'm not going to refresh only because it's still showing green and Marc can still hear me. So that won't mess up the podcasting recording. So I will not be doing anything. Yeah, it's, you know what, if you're getting super sped up, sometimes it'll happen just with TikTok and doing co-hosting because TikTok still is working out some of the bugs, you know. So I'm sorry,
Well,
but good thing is,
I want to say
yeah,
thank you to the audience. They had fine taste this evening in choosing these topics, but also I love the way that you all scored tonight's episode because I have pulled ahead 3-2 in the tally.
yeah.
But listen, we all know that Kirk is not going to rest. He will be back here next week. He wants the title, and we will be back here next week for another episode of Tiki Room Radio. Kirk, what else?
Not,
Let's talk about what other good
easy.
stuff's going on.
No, you're not getting away that easy. We need you to sing something in triumphant victory from Beauty and the Beast because you gave us a little taste, and that's not enough for us.
So let's go with see, I promised myself I'd be married to Belle, and right now I'm evolving a plan. No one wins. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Crazy old Maurice.
Crazy old Maurice. I got Evermore. Let's do ever as before, ever just as sure as the sun will rise. Certain as the sun, I just changed the key. Rising in the east, tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. Beauty and the Beast. Go into a little falsetto there at the end. I went up like, dude. I went up like a key and a half there. I don't know why.
You were feeling it, dude. And honestly, the best wing is the West Wing. So if you guys do get to go there, do it for whatever the breakfast is. My hack used to always be if they come back with a prefix breakfast,
Yeah.
or not a prefix breakfast, the a la carte breakfast, we would order it would turn into a quick service. We would order one kid's meal breakfast, which included a pastry basket, and we would get 2 cups of coffee. Mel and I would have our coffee and eat the pastry basket. The girls would share the breakfast, and it would be $22 gate to gate and get us pre-park open Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. No
Pre-park open breakfast is a game changer, says James from Wake Up Disney, and that's 100% accurate. That pre-park open is such a game changer. And if you want to take pictures with all the park icons and just have pictures without people being in them, that's the way to go right there. This was really fun. Again, thank you to everyone in Discord for creating such amazing topics. Let us know what your ideas are for next week's show. Again, join the Discord community. Join us live here at 7:30 or 8:30 p.m. 8:30 p.m. every single Thursday as we debate. I will see you guys down in Disney as I preview Guardians of the Galaxy. Stay tuned. Check out the earlier episode. So the Tuesday episode that dropped this week is going to be me discussing the roller coaster. We're not going to spoil the story of the roller coaster in as much as we're going to talk about the ride experience. And I'm going to have some of the crew who experienced that preview with me, namely Greg and Brian Lee, talking about their experience on the Guardians coaster to kind of give you an idea of what it was like, to let you know how family friendly it is, and give you an idea of the experience itself. And then, of course, our take on that. So join us for that episode on DisLife Podcast, and join us here in the Tiki Room every single Thursday for live debates on Disney with the one and only Walrus Carp. And don't forget, follow him on TikTok at Walrus Carp every Monday and Wednesday. He is going live from parks, park open to park closed, Beignet Wednesday, for the latest hacks, snacks, and fun facts. And I absolutely love this show. Thank you so much to Kirk, but thank you to the Pocket Fam. Thank you to everyone who hung out. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, farewell and aloha to you.
Bum, 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 bum.
Scene end, and we're still gonna hang. Don't go anywhere, folks, but that will effectively be the end of the recording. Guys, thank you so much. I cannot say thank you enough to the Discord community. It's so cool that you guys are creating these topics. Kirk and I really do. We go on like 10 minutes prior. We pull our favorite topics. We don't want to pre-plan for this. We pull the topics out, and we want to have the fun in the debate, the spontaneity in the show, the audience interaction. It's so much fun. So much fun. And they love the after show, but we always know, man, in the after show, we've got to, where is it?
Dude, if you're going to drop in music, you know I'm going to have to cut it, though, on YouTube. I had to cut you last time, man. It stinks. Oh, you're going to do Wreck-It Ralph? All right, well, here we go.
Oh, yeah, we're not, man. We're not, we're totally not, we're not doing that. So hold on, talk to the people. I'll be right back in a sec. Hold on. Oh, no, wait, no, I packed it. I packed Wreck-It Ralph. I can't, he's in the suitcase right now.
Yeah. So you're...
I'm going to Disney...
Can you pour me a root beer?
I'm going to go and Disney bound as Wreck-It Ralph on Sunday.
Are you really?
Yeah, and I'm going to go meet Vanellope with my Wreck-It Ralph lounge fly. I've got the shirt. I went and bought cargo pants that are that Wreck-It Ralph brown. I don't have overalls. I tried to find overalls that were short, and I couldn't get it. But yeah, I'm going to go and... Yeah, Gene. Never been really fond of chocolate, Gene.
I imagine that there's going to be a lot of... I mean, you might get a virus on the internet. You put that on the clock app, and you might get a virus. The video will get a lot of views because you'll be virused. You'll go viral.
Yeah, I got a virus when I was on the E-Boy. That E-Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many go up to on that thing?
The E-Boy gave me a virus. The viral video?
Hang on, time out. Marc had easily your best performing video, right?
Yeah, I totally planned that. Yeah. I was like, this one's gonna blow up. Yeah, it's like no, but seriously, like it's actually crazy right now that it's like up to 3.4 million views right now. Crazy, man.
Dude, I've been trying to tell you we should be doing a radio show on TikTok forever, and it would work, and the format works, and it would push people over to your other platforms and your audience, and the RSS feed, and YouTube, and your website. But crushing. And how many people did you gain from that viewership? Not like metrics matter, but it just shows that any random video, and Marc has been posting quite a lot of videos, both in parks and at home.
Yeah. So we were here last week, and I think on air we were like, I kind of celebrated how proud I was that in less than like a month and a half I was at like 24. So I jumped from 2,400 to maybe like 4,400 because of just that one video. But here's the thing. Let's talk. Like we have to have serious talk now. So I gotta take that.
You posted that video?
Yeah. I gotta take that other filter off because I gotta be serious for a minute. Like people, we gotta get serious. Here's the thing. Kirk said this to me the other day. The more plate appearances you have and the more cuts you have at something, the better your chances are. And Kirk was the one that really, like, do all the credit to him right now. Kirk is the one that really convinced me of this. You just have to post and publish over polish. Don't worry about, oh, this video doesn't look good, or I'm comparing it to, it's not ready. Just put it up. Let the world decide if it's ready or not. Let the world decide if it's good or not. Like that video that I had, that's an older video, and I had determined it's like there's nothing that's overly interesting about him putting whipped cream into a cup. And then I put it up that day as I'm looking for content. Let me do something that I think could potentially be interesting. Oh, here's a video I found from a year and a half ago from Wilderness Lodge, and I just threw it up as a placeholder. And that's the one video of all the things that I've put so much polish into and time and thinking like, oh wait, let me do another take on that. I got to edit that again. Here's something that I literally threw up in about 30 seconds time with just a little tip of ask for more whipped cream at the restaurant. And it has blown up bigger than anything that I did. And I'm so glad that I took that advice. Just publish over polish. But the other thing that Kirk talks about all the time, I love doing this as well, and having these like little self-help moments here on TikTok. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. You are good enough. You don't need park access. You don't need to do anything except be yourself here on this app. If you're yourself and you're your authentic self, that's all you need in order to be successful. Because if you're having a good time, if you're enjoying what you're publishing, you don't need to be in parks. You can come and be in, I live in Pennsylvania. You can sit in your basement and just talk about parks and parks history and parks facts, or putting on a radio show in your living room with orange heads on it. And as long as you're having fun, who cares? Be the best version of yourself here on TikTok. And that's all you have to worry about. It's not about metrics. It's not about anything else. I'm having the time of my life on this app right now because Kirk and I get to do this every single week.
Yep, that's it. If you want to, and I will tell you this, there will be more streamers, there will be more content creators, but if you have a interest in doing this, never be dismayed about the competition. Never be dismayed about anything that you want to try to do, because with enough sustained effort over a long enough period of time, you will succeed if you're true, authentic, and passionate about whatever you're speaking about. And anybody who like freaks out, like, oh, I got to be in parks, I got to talk on it. You can use green screens. You can just straight up just tell your opinions. Give a 7-second opinion about, what do you think about Cosmic Rewind? Are you going to like it? Not going to like it? It might get 7 views, but that's 7 people who watched your video. Like, I don't know about you guys, but like in real life, if I had a camera and I was texting, I probably would text less than 4 people that video. So imagine the impact that you can have at scale.
We have a great question. Infinity Magic is in the comments right now, and she says, "Where can you get the visuals though? I try to make content but struggle having visuals to go with." All right, I'm gonna give. So let me give you my opinion. Kirk can give you his ideas too. Here's something great. Infinity, duet and stitch. If you're at home and you say, yeah, but I don't have parks content, duet and stitch other creators' content and add your own commentary on it. So, someone gives a video and they're watching Festival of Fantasy Parade. Stitch it. Do a duet video and then add your own commentary, add your own spin on it. If they've given you that option, like things that I don't want duetted or stitched, I turn it off. And so will they. No creator's ever going to come back at you and be like, don't push my content. Like, don't stitch me. I don't want any attention. More often than not, that creator is going to be over the moon excited that you're flattering them. You're using their content and repurposing it and pushing them further out into the algorithm. That would be my quick tip to get those visuals if you're worried about, well, I don't have those visuals in park. Duet and stitch.
The other thing too is I made a video about this a while ago, and some people have already utilized it. We go live on TikTok every Monday and Wednesday all day. Swipe left, remove the comments, screen record whenever we're in front of something, keep the audio, do a voiceover, and just, you can even keep that video and do a green screen of that video on TikTok, all within the app without any other tech than just the app. There is a enhanced feature that allows static pictures. You can download them off the internet. I just did that today.
Yep.
I did that today with Asajj Ventress to say that she was my favorite Sith, which, by the way, somebody called me out. Utah, if you're in here, bro, I see you. But he said, she's not, yo, I know you like Star Wars, but she's not Sith. And I said, yo, Utah, she was an acolyte, bro. You know what the other name for an acolyte is? A Sith acolyte.
She is awesome, and currently a bounty hunter. So
yeah,
not only is she a Sith, a former acolyte, also a bounty hunter now.
She does it.
I love it.
And she was a former Jedi.
Yes, she was.
Mm-hmm.
So where was it? Love all this. All y'all's tips increased me to 4,000. That was Chorus Crockpot of stuff. Ooh.
The other thing that I would say, and thank you, Danielle, so much for the shades. Michael says the biggest problem, and this is in life. This is going to be appealing to most of you. The biggest problem is people try and then they give up without early success. So on these apps, right, what happens is you call it there's a phrase for it where basically you get super excited, you get a ton of views, and then it drops off and you fall into this pit of despair. The pit of despair is when you don't want to quit. Like if you really truly, this is why you don't do things for money. You do things for money, it's uninteresting and you're stuck in pit of despair, but you need the money, so you're stuck, right? So find your passion. Everybody needs money, so keep your day job, but fuel your passion late at night, early in the morning, on the weekends. Work hard. Realize that you'll get some early wins, and then it gets really, really tough. You'll be stuck in the pit of despair. Just keep on plugging away, and then you'll get, the way I always, here's the analogy: long tunnel. Think Roger Rabbit, right? Huge, or Back to the Future. Super long tunnel. You're on a hoverboard. There is one ray of light. Go towards that ray of the light. The closer and closer you get, the more rays will collect. And then at the end, and I don't know when that end will be, but at that end, you'll be standing in that sunshine. And that sunshine's where you want to be. You don't want to be stuck in that tunnel forever. And if you quit or you pick another tunnel, you're still going to be stuck in darkness. So I'd much rather work towards something that I want to stand in rather than being stuck forever.
Dude, once I had that paradigm shift, which again I attribute by and large to you, that paradigm shift of ignoring metrics and just doing what you enjoy and being your authentic self, I found happiness here. And Kirk will tell you this. Like I am that case study of a person who, I came on this app. I think my first go around of this app was really trying to force myself into a scenario that I wasn't happy and it wasn't sustainable. I don't live in parks. So when I came here, I was very much just trying to keep up with the Joneses and constantly post park content. And then when I ran out of park content, I had a crisis of identity. What am I doing? Who am I? What am I going to do on this app? And Kirk will tell you, we had these conversations, and he would say, dude, just be yourself. Post podcast content, have a radio show, do this and that. And I don't know why I was hitting my head against the wall thinking, because it was doubt, thinking no one could want me. I'm not interesting enough that no one wants to watch me talk, or no one cares about Marc. They only care about parks content. And Kirk said, dude, get out of that concept of metrics and don't let metrics guide you. Don't let other content creators guide you. Be Marc and just be Marc. And the thing that gave me, again, that courage to be Marc was when we were hanging out in parks and we were just walking around And for the first time, these guys loved me as Uncle Mark, and it had nothing to do with the podcast. It had nothing to do with the piece of content that I put out. And it gave me the courage to like go and try again and to just rebrand and say, you know what, this time around, I'm just going to be me. I'm just going to be DisLife Mark, and I'm going to sing if I want to sing. And I'm going to put up parks content when I can, and I'll put up like little things here and there, and I'm just going to be myself. And man, I'm enjoying myself on this app so much better because I'm not stretching anymore. And I'm content with who I am, and that's enough.
Yeah, the biggest thing is Mark is what's important, right? Anybody with a camera can take the exact same footage in front of the castle or on a ride or in front of a show. The thing that makes you is you. So don't get caught up in that. And there's a lot of people in here who are talking about, oh, well, this isn't like on brand with Disney. You don't have to make any Disney content. If you enjoy Disney content and that's like your outlet, it's something that you really enjoy, but your wheelhouse and what you really truly love and want to make content for is something else. Like, do that if that's really your deal. And this is like your little aside that you enjoy, and you just like the community or the camaraderie or it's entertaining. Like, we can be the entertainment piece and go follow your dream and your passion on the other side. Like, there's nothing wrong with being in a different niche, and you can learn a lot of things from the roses. Thank you so much, Mac. Super appreciate that.
You don't game is in here.
The content that makes you happy, and that's all that matters. You Addie, like,
well, here's here's the other thing. Go ahead, grab it. She wants to play me in the game. We were playing that the other night, and she really loved it. You don't have to just. And that's the other thing I really got out of the habit of thinking all I can do on this app is Disney content, and if I stray from it, then like I'm off brand. At this point, here's what I enjoy, and like I joked, I'm like, it's like Disney and singing and stuff. I still do. We had an hour where we debated Disney, but I don't mind making comical content. I like this. This is what I really like, is when we can sit here and be meta about the app and talk about strategies to like help our mental health, and so that you're not living from one serotonin spike to the next. This is the stuff that I think really helps people because, like, let's face it, we all can use a little self-help from time to time in anything that we do. And there's so many people that doubt themselves or think, man, I would really like that to be me, but I don't have the confidence. So if I put myself out there and I make myself vulnerable, people will look at you and me and think like, oh, those guys don't have any doubts. Like, they don't ever have self-doubt or they don't have questions. We do. We have it all the time. We just push through it, or we rely on each other to get through those pits of despair that Kirk was talking about a minute ago. I mean, I've been an actor for 15 and 20 years, so I have a little bit more resiliency. But if I can share that vulnerability or share that moment with somebody to get them to be a better version of themselves in terms of being a content creator, like, I love these moments just as much as I love Tiki Room Radio. I love Orange Talk after the show.
Well, dude, here's the thing. Here's the ugly truth. The ugly, honest truth. You're going to have to work for anything in life. And I mean, put it in. Like, get after it. Get dirty. Get greasy. Work long hours. Sleep less. Like, get after it. And that's just like that could be your normal 9 to 5 where you just have to work and that's just your deal, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to put that much effort into that, and this is the only one life, without getting spiritual, but let's say this is the only one life that we know about, well, then why not try to carve out the most perfect life? And I get fueled a lot by regret. And if you ever want to find out what you don't want to be, go to, an old folks home and volunteer and talk to those folks. They are loving, they are generous, they're communicative, but a lot of them are riddled with guilt and regret of things that they never did. It's not the stuff that they did. It's always nobody ever gets upset that they took a shot at living the life they wanted to live and they failed, right? Like, all right. But regret the what ifs.
So I'm let me give you a little testimonial I do want to get serious for this for a second because, so I had I guess I was really lucky in that. So Kirk knows this about me. I don't talk about it all that frequently, but I was diagnosed at the age of 2 with cystic fibrosis. Okay. The life expectancy for someone that was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis, especially in the 80s, was not great. So I grew up fast in life because I always operated under the auspices of my life was going to be cut short. And it's always been like a guiding principle of don't put off till tomorrow what you can do now and you can do in your healthy life. But I want to flash back to about 5 years ago. I got really sick and I was in the hospital. At 36, I was on like my second PICC line in like maybe 2 months. I had an infection that I could not get rid of. And I remember sitting in the hospital thinking to myself the regret that I had. And I was an anxiety-filled, Kirk was talking about anxiety on Mission Space in our last episode. I did not fly. I would not board an airplane. I hated it. That's why I've never been to Disneyland. People are like, oh, you've never been there? Yeah, I wouldn't fly. I was terrified to fly. I wouldn't do roller coasters. I was a control freak, and 9 times out of 10, I would scare myself out of doing something, out of pure anxiety. And I remember sitting in bed. I was 36 years old, and I was sitting in bed riddled with regret of the life that I had not lived. And all of the times that I allowed myself to convince myself that that activity was going to be the end of me. And then you know what I felt truly, I always thought my life would go out with this bang, a plane crash or this or that, and it's going to die with a whimper in a bed just like this. And I said, Mark, if you get out of this bed and you get healthy, don't live that life anymore. Don't live a regret-filled life. And don't leave anything on the table so that when you get healthy and you're 90 and you're then laying in a bed going through this, a very similar situation, but many decades later, you don't have that very same regret that you had as a young man. Use that knowledge that was a blessing, that at the age of 30, I had that wake-up call to say, don't waste your life. Don't be 90 sitting in a compromised health state wishing that you had used all of those good years and all of that time that was afforded to you to do whatever it was that, yes, there's stuff that still scares the living hell out of me. But you know what? I don't let that control my life anymore. I get on the roller coaster. Like, I was terrified to go on Velocicoaster. Terrified. And I got on it, and I owned it. And when I got off, I was proud. I was like, old Mark would have never have done that. Mm-hmm. So don't let... And it's hard, guys. I know that too. Like, anxiety is hard. It's really hard to overcome. But don't let fear and don't let that hesitation control your life. Whatever it is, welcome to my TED Talk. But I always tell people, it's the Tim McGraw song, right? Live like you were dying. The best thing that ever happened to me was sitting in a hospital fighting and struggling to live. Gave me so much perspective to like really live my life. And I've come out and I tell people all the time, they make fun of me. They're like, oh, you're a Disney adult, you're this, you're that. I'm like, listen, my life is too short to spend a minute worrying about other people's perception of what makes me happy, what my goals are in life. I just go after it, man. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing, because a lot of people probably don't know about any of your medical history, and what is so great about most folks with some pretty extenuating circumstances that are out of their control is that it forces a different perspective, and yep. You've embraced that and gotten out of a situation where it really puts you in a bad spot to now fully embrace life and not let fear, which fear is a self-imposed limitation. It's a mental limitation, and anxiety will never kill you. A panic attack will never kill you. But they are certainly paralyzing, So,
and it's real. And I understand that too. Yep. Mm-hmm. But I always tell people I have so much empathy for people that express anxiety, and they say, "Listen, I have severe anxiety. Trust me, I know." And I mean, like, I used to call my priest when my wife would like require that I fly places, I would call my priest. I would will stuff away to people. I wouldn't sleep for a week in advance of me having to go on like a very simple trip. I was a mess. And I would call my priest, and my priest would say to me, you know, Mark, like the best thing that you can do is to like meditate and pray on it and realize like it's out of your hands and, you know, just like go and do it. And the best advice that I've gotten from a lot of psychologists is to desensitize to it, that the more you do something and the more you realize like that I'm okay, I'm going to be okay, I come out the other end, nothing happened to me physically. You get used to the sensations of things. You get used to, like, you talked about this on Mission Space. You were a wreck going on Mission Space the first time, but doing it multiple times, it acclimated your body and your mind to the sensations and what to expect until it became a very normal thing. It's hard to attack whatever it is that scares you, but go after it. Just go after it. And it's going to scare the living hell out of you the first few times that you do it. But I promise you this, as sure as I'm sitting here today, as a man who lived in a prison of his own mind for decades, there's a way to get out, and you hold the key. It's just a matter of getting out of a prison that you've created in your own mind. No Cal says, I write goodbye letters before getting on planes. That was me.
Yeah. So Danielle had also written that public speaking, right?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think like I'm naturally good at speaking and talking. I just have had more at bats. I've just had more practice than all of you because I taught high school forever. I forced myself into really uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
I hosted a talent show in front of like 1,500 people, which was really scary. But like I got into this mindset of everything that scared me the most, do. So like even this is a real truth. I am legit terrified of snakes. I have that. And like some of them there is a legit fear. A lot of them there is not. Like poisonous ones, like nah, there's no way I'm getting over that. Like that's just.
I gotta let my dog out. She's gonna go to the bathroom on the floor.
Yeah.
Hold on. Keep going.
But for me, when I get to 1,000, we're going right to Gatorland, and I'm putting a big old boa around my neck. It's gonna be awful, but I find that the greatest life that you can live lives on the other side of fear. Like skydiving, it's really funny. I remember Will Smith, and I know he's polarizing right now, but he had shared an experience that I think is very similar to a lot of people. When you think about going skydiving, and there's like this initial excitement, but then there's all this like panic and fear about it. And you know when you're not afraid skydiving, and it's so weird. It's when you're falling. You're not afraid when you're falling.
It's the jump.
You're afraid of entering the plane. You're afraid of putting on the parachute. You're afraid of stepping out the door. But as soon as you're outside that door, it is nothing but heaven and pure sensation of bliss. It makes no sense. But you know what does make sense is that you just need to get through the door of fear, and that's when the beauty lies. And that's, I think, the reason why most folks don't attain their dreams is because it's scary, it's tough, and it requires a sustained period of putting up with, tolerating, and overcoming fears. And most people feel uncomfortable asking for help. Everyone here is willing to help you. And those that aren't, you need to be your biggest advocate and find your own help. And do not get caught up in an excuse-driven rationale, because excuse-driven rationale is giving you self-imposed reasons for why you can't live your perfect life. And yep. I will never tolerate that for anyone. And I'll push you. But if you get stuck in that mindset, it's very hard to come out of. And you'll see it. Once people become 50, 60, 70, 80, they are not changing their minds. But there are a select few that have done it. Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until he was on Social Security in his mid-80s. And he had zero.
I mean, like, I tell people this. So my first 5K was for the radio show. Mm-hmm. And prior to that, like, I had that mentality. I can't run. I have a lung condition. I'm never going to be a runner. I don't enjoy running. And I signed up for this thing on the radio show and someone saying, you're going to do this Run Disney event. and me not wanting to die, me not literally wanting to expire and die. And the hardest thing for me was to overcome, again, this preconceived notion of I'm not a runner, I can't do this, I'm not built for this, I'm not meant for this. And then the more I trained and the faster my time got and my split time got, the more that I realized like all of that was very much always within my reach. And the only one that was not allowing me to reach that, it wasn't anything else except my mind. My body didn't have that limitation. My mind put that limitation on my body. And then like people said to me, like when I finished my first 5K, they're like, did you cry? Did you do this? And I'm like, no, because it was a new realization for me that I used to say, like, I'm never going to do a 5K. I was like, that wasn't my last race. That wasn't the end of this journey for me. This was just the beginning of a realization that I have a lot of race to run. Like, metaphorically speaking, in life, like, I'm not done. Like, I was told when I was 2, I was going to be done at 15. I'm 43, healthier than I was at 20. And like, don't allow your mind or don't allow other people or even yourself to tell yourself what you're capable of or what your limitations are, because you don't know until you've tried it and until you've gone after it. You don't know. Or even if you fail, that like if I failed the first time I tried to run and I gave up, I would have missed out on a lot of stuff. And like, don't allow one setback to determine what you can do.
And
Mind
so
over matter, definitely.
yeah, and to mirror some of that language, specifically the tail ends about like any of these missteps. All I look at mistakes always as learning lessons. It's like you could say the Edison, he figured out all of these ways not to make a light bulb, but you only needed one to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Life works that way, and I feel that luck is when opportunity and skills meet. And the only way you acquire skills and you get better is never stop learning and never stop trying and being okay with failing and asking help. Because and right now with YouTube, like you never have to learn anything alone. Somebody has made content on it to teach you and guide you to get better. And Michael, I agree, everyone here is more capable than they think. Corey, you were scared of going live. And you know what you kept doing? Going live. And guess what? The lives get better. And they just get better. They get more interesting. Then you uncover, you could read volumes of books about how to go live. And people will
Yeah.
sell you courses, very expensive courses, mind you. They will milk every dollar from you possible. But the truth is, you have to hold the camera and go live to get a feel for it, to understand how to do it. So even when you look at me, right, it's like almost anywhere between 30 to 40 hours of lives a week. It's actually it's probably closer to 40 hours of lives a week. How many
Yeah.
more at bats at live do I have? Do you think I'm going to get nervous for doing like a radio show or a television show or any of those things? No, because I've done so much live content that it's just, yeah, the atmosphere and everything is slightly different, but I've even done those programs before. It's the at bats that just make you comfortable, and you grow confidence through doing and having small successes, and then the small successes will build and snowball into greater ones. So Corey, Jackie, everybody who's in here doing lives and getting just better and better at them, and I know they can seem scary, but guess what? You're with one of the most inclusive, accepting environments. And even when people are not inclusive or accepting, that is an entry point for you to grow a little bit of thicker skin and realize that somebody on the internet does not mean anything unless you allow them to mean something. And the
Yep.
people that you and truly get you and understand you, those are the ones that you'll open up to and embrace and be fueled. They will fuel your fire rather than try to extinguish. It's a lot easier to try to extinguish, especially when you're not living your happy existence. So ignore the naysayers, fuel everyone else's flames, and lift each other up. But you have to do it and get after it, because nobody else is going to do it for you. But you're all capable and totally can accomplish it.
We're gonna. I don't want to get any. So we had this question a while ago. So this was a gift from Katie B. But you can get this in parks, And then I believe you can get this online as well. The Baymax. They want to know where I got the Baymax mug. So this is in
at the Emporium on Main Street in Magic Kingdom. I forget, it was this week. I saw it on the left-hand side, in kind of the middle of the store. So
yep,
yeah, it exists. It's there.
So we have a lot of questions about roller coaster with rides. What I did for roller coasters was I started with the most basic roller coasters, and I went with like kiddie coasters first. So like I did Barnstormer, and then I did Seven Dwarfs Mine Train on repeat until I got used to the sensations and the feeling. Then I graduated to Big Thunder Mountain. Then I went on Slinky Dog. I even saved Space Mountain because I didn't want to have the darkness. I wanted to continue to get built up in my confidence. Then I just would ride these, and I wouldn't continue to the next step until I was ready mentally to tackle it. Like I needed to be in the right mindset to like go after it. And then when I rode Rock and Roller Coaster for the first time, it was like a weight of years of anxiety that came off of my shoulder. Like people are like, why is Rock and Roller Coaster is your favorite roller coaster? I'm like, yes. Because for me, it was a mountain that I had to conquer in my anxiety. And once I inverted and loved doing that and embraced it and didn't get scared over it, it felt was defeated. And now I can take on anything. And then the first time that I was offered to go on the last coaster, I was terrified. And I'm like, you know what, Mark? Listen, old Mark would have sat this out and he would have been the wallflower on it. New Mark is going to go and ride it and he's going to love it because you know what? You're not going to die. It's the same inversion. It's bigger, better, faster, stronger. But you've done this, and you've got this. And I went on it, and I hooted and hollered. I loved every bit of it, and it's freeing to like get rid of that anxiety. Once you get rid of that weight, it's just so much better. Dude, my phone is about to die. My wife just got home, and we got to fly out tomorrow. I'm coming to see you guys.
I mean, what else can you say? Listen, one thing I will say about all of this, and I think some of these conversations are really enjoyable to listen to, but have some actionable items. All of this does get archived in video and audio form. So the Tiki Room radio goes onto Marc's RSS feed, and then the video content unedited because it's too much effort. I will literally just drop this on tomorrow to YouTube. So yeah, we'll always have, although dude, you got to give me that link for episode 4. That's the only one I'm missing, but everything else is and archived on Walrus Carp. And then I'll download this one and I got you covered on that. So you can put it into podcast format. Unless you're down.
I'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
We got to come up with a topic though. Topic.
Discord, go to work, guys.
All right. Why don't you guys
know?
Throw a couple of ideas into Discord tonight, and then we'll come from there, and I'll just make a call on some of them that sounds interesting, and we'll take that for topics. Thank you so much, everybody in here. Marc's phone's gonna die. We love him. We love you guys, and this show would be nothing without you. And because number one, you're our producer, you create all the what are the topics today? Well, that's funny. You guys came up with them. And we're just a conduit of trying to share the latest hack, snacks, fun facts. What do you got, Marc?
Hey, Mr. Valentine, I went to DV and you were awesome. One of my former students. Just came in live. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much.
Look at where he's at. He's
look at me now.
You got a little bit of teaching. Now you're getting the real college program.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Safe travels to us tomorrow. See you guys in Florida next time. Until then, farewell. Aloha to you. Bye, everybody.
See you. Oh, I forgot this didn't really end, and it shows up with me. Listen, Marc is an amazing dude. What he was talking about earlier is called exposure therapy. I did want to just mention that. That's when you just completely ramp up. You start at a low end of tolerance of anxiety, and you just do things that make you more gradually uncomfortable. And then eventually, the thing that looked like the mountaintop looks like a little molehill, and you just move on to the next mountain. So what he did with roller coasters, anyone could do with any other anxieties that you have. So We love you guys. We really do. We want everybody to be the best version of themselves. There is infinite opportunity for everyone to do what you want. It's just, are you willing to do the work and get after it? Or are you going to make excuses for why you can't live what you want to live? And I know it's hard. I know it's tough. But everybody's capable. And if you need ever help, you can always email me. You can always Instagram DM me, text me, hit me up, and I'll try to help you the best I can. The only thing, though, will tell you a pet peeve of mine. If you start giving me excuses for why you don't have time, you don't have the energy, you don't have all those things, I won't listen to it, because that means that you're going to give up on yourself. And I've tried many times with many people who were completely capable to live amazing, exceptional lives, and they've given up on themselves. And there are ways to push past that, but the only person who can pull you over the goal line is going to be you. And I can be a conduit of getting you towards, but you have to put in the work. I can't do it for you. That's why I like doing things like, hey, follow this person. That's fine. That's all well and good. I like supporting people, but nobody's going to follow you if you're not putting out the effort, or you're not putting out what's important to you. Because if they got there through the entry point of me, you got to keep them. So, yeah. You posted stuff on Etsy today. Woo! So Jackie is starting to sell guides on Etsy for planning for park trips, which is amazing. We love you too, Abby. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude, thank you, Slay. This is me rocking my my early November, my 2000s punk look. I love it too, because it's a 709. So if you don't know, I'm still wearing Star Wars stuff. I got DJ Rex. I got the First Order, which, by the way, Ogagara's Cantina, Oga's Cantina, both Resistance and First Order hang out there. So welcoming to everybody. Yeah, I listen. There's always going to be something, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, financial, health, relationships. There's always going to be something. It's the way that you react to the things you can't control is what determines your outlook in life. I used to be a very pessimistic person, and I learned they don't live very long. And you don't get after it as well. So, it's just one of those things. So, to the person behind me, I am happy you're alive. It's true. There's some truth there. The one thing that I kind of think of is, like, when you were a kid, less than 8, right? You don't have any of the trepidations that you had when you were an adult, the person you are now. So I always kind of think, like, how did I want to live when I was a kid? You never thought about, like, how much money things cost. You never thought about how much schooling you needed. You never thought about, like, how relocating would be extremely uncomfortable. You just said, I want to be an astronaut. Like, there's something about that. So try to be that person that the younger you deserves. I'll tell you, and I get really choked up about this, but I know that young Kirk would be proud of old Kirk. I know he would. So, yeah. He's doing great, though. Honestly, he really is, Robbie. It's not something that impacts him on a daily basis where he can't accomplish. He doesn't excuse his life away. So, All right, guys. Normal night, just ending with tears. Tomorrow night is Haunted Mansion Part 2, Distry, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have some May the 4th stuff come out for YouTube tomorrow as well. I got to get to work, of course, but I'm going to get tons of sleep tonight, which is going to be amazing. I love you guys too. Thanks for hanging out with us. We try to be real. We try to be honest. We try to tell you through the good, bad, and different that you can do it. We all can do it. We just need to get after it. I really appreciate that, guys. I really genuinely love the community. And there's not a day that goes by since we moved here
that I've not said this is the greatest thing that I've ever done and I should have done this years ago, but I wasn't ready yet. I wasn't ready to do that. I wasn't in the right space to do that. And this is the time. This is the right time. So thank you so much, Stars, for the hand hearts. I love you guys. You have a great night. And we'll put this bad boy up on YouTube so you can come back to it and hang out. And you guys are the best. All right. Have a great night. See you tomorrow, and then see you back on Monday. So take care. Adios, muchachos. A little Cinco de Mayo for you.